Thank you for joining us here in the kitchen for Doctor's Nutrition. We've been asked a lot of times about, okay, what do I eat for breakfast if I'm pre-diabetes or diabetic? Thought we today would kind of take a few things out, show you basically what we eat for breakfast, if we eat breakfast.
Yeah, we had to come buy some of this stuff to show you at the store because I do not keep it at the house.
Obviously.
So we will go through some of the things and what not to eat and why you don't want to eat it. I think the one big one that I think is pretty self-explanatory, Pop-Tarts. Pop-Tarts, read that sugar content.
This will scare you. You know, when you start looking at protein, only 4 grams, okay? And everybody says, oh, that's 4 grams of protein. Yes, but total carbohydrates, 71 grams per serving. 71.
Yeah.
grams.
If you are pre-diabetic and diabetic, you do not need to eat that many carbohydrates at a time.
Not in a day.
And so it has a lot of sugar too. So that's one that's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Another thing that no one should be drinking if you have a sugar issue, probably shouldn't drink it if you don't, is juice.
What?
People think, oh, well, that's real. Well, you know what? It's the sugar from the fruit. You never want to eat just the sugar.
Let's look at this. It says ingredients 100% orange juice. Okay, so far it sounds pretty good, right? Now this has got 11 ounces. 11 ounces.
Not huge.
Not huge by any stretch of the imagination, okay? And it's got 31 grams of sugar. 31 grams of sugar. Now, you really want to have something good? Let's take some orange juice and a Pop-Tart. Now we're well over 100 grams of sugar, and we just get the day started, okay? Boy, is it going downhill from here. Okay, anything else?
Yeah, one thing that will spike a sugar fast. You think it looks good because it is real, and that is your bananas.
Yeah.
Bananas are a really good way to spike that sugar fast.
It is. Both of us have done this thing in the past where we used a continuous glucose monitor just to see what foods do to you. I think it's a great idea, great concept, and we tell people to do that all the time. Well, I did it. Okay, so what I did, and one of my favorite snacks used to be peanut butter and banana. The machine went bonkers, but the peanut butter didn't cause any problems. That banana, oh, Jiminy Crickets, it was bad. It was really bad, really bad.
Right, so that's another one you don't want. Now, people think, oh, well, this is like a good granola and granola is healthy. It's high in sugar and carbohydrates. That's what you gotta look at. So what we're kind of getting at, kind of letting you know, is you always look at the sugar and carbohydrate content of a food. That's how you know if you should eat it or not. So these are a lot of the breakfast things that people are used to eating and that they shouldn't. And that might be why you are pre-diabetic or diabetic if you're eating those things. So that was another one. Now, anytime oatmeal, especially instant oatmeal, they've taken out a lot of the fiber. They've taken out tons of the fiber. And of course, they definitely add stuff you don't want as well.
Highly processed.
Cheerios, plain, heart healthy supposedly. One of the ingredients, sugar. So again, added sugar. And then, so that's another thing.
And cornstarch.
And cornstarch, exactly. So you don't want cornstarch and sugar. So another thing you should not eat for breakfast. So what can you eat for breakfast? Well, we were gonna compare real quick. If you're gonna do some yogurt, you don't want the really good, tasty fruit already mixed in with your yogurt. Because when you look, the content of sugar is huge difference. Now you want Greek, which tends to be higher protein, and you want the one that actually is plain. You don't want the flavored.
This flavored version here gives us 14 grams of just pure sugar. A whole bunch of other stuff too, but that's just 14 grams of sugar. Whereas the plain, let me find it here, sugar's only 5. Still a lot maybe, but not too bad overall.
If you're gonna do yogurt, you can add a few berries yourself. Now we have blueberries, blackberries, and raspberries. You don't want a whole bowl of those. You want a little handful of berries to go in your yogurt. But if you're going to do that, always add some nuts. If you add the nuts, the fat slows the rate of absorption of the carbohydrates, and it makes it crunchy, so it makes it taste good too.
And they are good.
So you can add pecans, you can add walnuts, things like that.
Tree nuts are better.
Yeah, so that is one of the things that you can add to plain Greek yogurts. That could be one thing you have for breakfast. Now, I think something that's really good, and if you don't mind cooking and you have time to cook, an omelet. So we got our organic free range
Eggs.
And I just kind of have mushrooms, onions,
Tomatoes.
Again, put all those together. You could even add a little sprinkle of cheese to make it taste good. That's a really good breakfast that gives you higher protein, lower carbohydrate, and it is something that you can eat. Now, another good thing you can do with eggs, take an avocado, cut it in half, put you an egg on each side, and then bake it. And that's actually really good.
Put a little cheese on top of that too.
You can sprinkle a little Parmesan.
Really
It'll give it a little taste. So you can actually have an avocado with an egg and a little Parmesan cheese as well. Now, another thing is these wraps. If you want to have a wrap, now you can have a wrap and you could actually put some sort of meat, but no sugar, something that doesn't have sugar added. These are made with egg whites. So they are really low carb. They're 11 grams protein. And it's something, and you can use it for breakfast, but you could also use it for lunch. So that is another good breakfast idea.
And only 1 gram of carbohydrates total.
Yes, so that's a good one. Now, we don't do a lot for breakfast. So we were gonna show you what we do for breakfast. I do the coconut milk, which has only 4 ingredients. And 2 of the ingredients, I think it's baking soda, it is coconut water, coconut cream, and water. That was it.
Yeah.
So it does not have many things in it. I mix it with colostrum. We do sell this on our website. So colostrum is just so good for overall health. It gives you protein. So it's not if the 2 scoops, I believe, are 8 or 9 grams of protein.
Protein's 3.5 per scoop, so it's 7.
7. I do 8 scoops. I do a lot, but that's all I put in mine. So I actually do lots of colostrum mixed with coconut milk. Great for the immune system, keeps you from getting sick. And
I was going to say the biggie about the colostrum is the immune system, because you're getting the immunoglobulins, and that's what's so important for that immune system.
Now, his breakfast, he'll do our whey protein, and then he'll add some of the colostrum and then mix it with the coconut. The coconut milk just kind of mixes real well, and you can even add a little peanut butter if you're one that likes peanut butter. And I do have an apple out here. Apples do have some sugar content, and you don't, again, when it comes to fruit, you don't want to sit down and have an apple, blueberries, raspberries, and you don't want all of these. You don't want some of all of it. You can have a little bit. If you're going to eat an apple, make sure you put peanut butter on it, because that slows the rate of absorption of sugar. But make sure you get a peanut butter with no sugar added, because that makes a difference. There is a lot of peanut butters on the market that have a lot of sugar. This one is salt and peanuts. That is it. And it's organic.
It is.
So organic salt and peanuts, and it tastes good. So that's one that we just like the taste of. So there are options for breakfast. And if you have a quick breakfast, you could even boil a couple eggs. If you're on the go, boil you 12 at the beginning of the week, take 2 each day and bring them with you. So there are things you can do fast. You don't have to, and you definitely do not want to go fast food restaurants. To me, that's a good way of increasing your sugar, and you really don't know what you're getting.
These are also a really good snack, because I promise you, if you open this refrigerator right at my left shoulder here, you're going to find a few of these bad boys in there that's been boiled, hard boiled, stuck on the top shelf. And if you just grab and go, grab that thing, peel it, you got your great little snack.
Right. So breakfast doesn't have to be hard. Now, another thing you can do for breakfast that would probably be really good for your prediabetes is nothing. Intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting is very, very good to help with blood sugar control.
It is.
We do it, but we do our drink in the morning to take our vitamins and pills, but we do not eat the last meal. And we do a big meal during the middle of the day. So we don't, that's another thing you can do. And a lot of people that do intermittent fasting, breakfast is what they do skip. And they might eat all their other food in 6 to 8 hours of the day. And they may start at 12, they may start at 10. So it just depends on the person and their schedule. So you don't have to have breakfast. You can do the intermittent fasting. And that's another thing that you can do. Because that's what we have people say they have the hardest trouble with is breakfast. And I'm not really sure why, because there's a lot of options you can do.
It's just a matter of, I always tell them, you just have to think. You can't let these guys that put out this stuff do your thinking for you, okay? You have to think, okay, what can I eat? And what will be good? Well, I mean, obviously, nuts, maybe an avocado, some mushrooms, eggs. Those are just common foods that you can buy anywhere, anytime in a grocery store, and you can make you something good to eat out of it. It's really good, real tasty.
Right. And
Really
that's the first step to controlling prediabetes and diabetes is changing what you eat and just changing your lifestyle. Like I said, it does involve cooking, but some of these choices we gave you, it doesn't take a lot of cooking. So you can do it quick.
You sure can.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully you got some good ideas here on what you can do for breakfast or getting that started meal in the morning. And if you have any questions or comments, please be sure to leave those. And be sure to hit that like button and subscribe, by the way. We really appreciate that. Helps us keep going. Thank you again for joining us here at Doctor's Nutrition.